Teacher Shell Learning Resource Channel. Let's read a short story with comprehension check. The Blanket Drive. Mr. Kant's students were very concerned about a hurricane that had just happened in Mexico. It had gotten very windy. The wind blew trees over and damaged houses. After the wind, there were heavy rains. Houses and streets were flooded. The class spoke about what it would be like in Mexico. They discussed how the houses and all the things inside would be ruined. Ava said, "People will need clothes. They'll need new blankets to keep warm," Melanie added. "My sister has a ton of clothes. We should send those to Mexico," said Brett, thinking of how upset his sister would be to come home to an empty closet. "Brett, that's brilliant," said Ava. "It is?" replied Brett, who didn't think he had ever said anything brilliant. "Yes, it is," exclaimed Ava with excitement. "You, your sister, Melanie, and I, and everyone else in the school can bring in our extra clothes and blankets to send to Mexico. We all have lots of stuff, and now they need some of it." "Let's do it," Melanie said. "My mom has a whole closet full of blankets. We don't need that many." The classroom was buzzing with chatter as the students talked to Mr. Kant about how they could collect clothes and blankets. Some kids were going to make signs that said "Blanket Drive." Other kids were writing a newsletter. Everyone was going to ask their friends and relatives for old clothes and blankets. Brett was put in charge of stacking all the clothes and blankets in the gym. Everyone was excited except Brett. "Am I going to have to miss recess for this?" Brett said, groaning. "Maybe this isn't such a brilliant idea." All week long, students brought in clothes and blankets. News of the blanket drive spread, and people living all over the city brought in more clothes and blankets. Even Brett was impressed by how generous people were. Everyone in town was talking about the blanket tribe. The local television station sent a camera crew to the school. The reporter wanted to know whose idea this was. They found Brett in the gym. Behind him, thousands of blankets and pieces of clothing were stacked almost to the ceiling. The interviewer asked Brett, "This was a brilliant idea. You must be very proud of yourself for thinking of it." Brett looked at the mountain of clothes behind him and then looked back at the camera. "No, it wasn't a brilliant idea," Brett said thoughtfully. "We had a lot of stuff, and those people in Mexico really needed some of it. We're just trying to help. It's simple." Your turn to read, kids. Good job! This time, let's answer the questions from the story. Number 1. Why were Mr. Kant's students concerned about Mexico? A. A drought had happened. B. A hurricane had just happened. C. There was an earthquake. You're right, the correct answer is letter B. A hurricane had just happened. Number 2. What did the hurricane do in Mexico? A. Caused heavy snowfall. B. Made it very hot. C. Blew trees over and damaged houses. You're right, the correct answer is letter C. It blew trees over and damaged houses. Number 3. What did Melanie suggest people in Mexico would need after the hurricane? A. New shoes. B. New blankets to keep warm. C. Food and water. You're right, the correct answer is letter B. New blankets to keep warm. Number 4. What was Brett's initial idea for helping the people in Mexico? A. Sending extra clothes. B. Sending toys. C. Sending books and school supplies. You're right, the correct answer is letter A. Sending extra clothes. Number 5. Who was put in charge of stacking all the clothes and blankets in the gym? A. Ava. B. Melanie. C. Brett. You're right, the correct answer is letter C. Brett. Number 6. How did Brett feel about possibly missing recess for the blanket drive? A. Excited. B. Indifferent. C. Groaning. You're right, the correct answer is letter C. Groaning. Number 7. How did the local television station contribute to the blanket drive? A. They donated money. B. They sent a camera crew to the school. C. They organized a concert. You're right, the correct answer is letter B. They sent a camera crew to the school. Number 8. What did the reporter call the idea of the blanket drive? A. It is an amazing idea. B. It is a terrible idea. C. It is a brilliant idea. You're right. The correct answer is letter C. It is a brilliant idea. Number 9. How did Brett describe the idea of the blanket drive during the interview? A. As a simple act of helping others. B. As a mistake. C. As his own personal project. You're right. The correct answer is letter A. As a simple act of helping others. Number 10. What was the overall response from the community to the blanket drive? A. It was ignored. B. People living all over the city brought in more clothes and blankets. C. It received only a few donations. You're right. The correct answer is letter B. People living all over the city brought in more clothes and blankets. How many scores did you get? Wow, that's a good job. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button to be notified on our next episodes. Goodbye, kids!